Hey guys, so I have not done a tarot video in a hot minute now on this channel, so that is what I am bringing y'all today. Basically, the energies that I'm feeling right now are very strange, and I've been in a little bit of a funk for a minute now, and I want to figure out what's going on, you know? So that is what we're going to be doing today. Okay. So the first card out is King of Cups, and this is somebody who is holding their emotions back and they're just kind of chilling and just expecting things to go their way without having to even like express themselves or things of that nature. So let's get some more cards on that. And no cards just came out that round, which is like kind of rare. So that is like this person is holding back their emotions. Okay, so I think all these cards that just came out were about what their emotions are about. So first we have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is like a reunion energy, an energy of wanting to come together and have a emotional new beginning, and that is also like the meaning of the Ace of Cups, so that's very interesting that those two came out together. So this person that's holding back their emotions and feelings, they actually do want this new emotional beginning that's going to make them feel happy, and they know that they're not going to do it by themselves, like they're not going to accomplish this by themselves. And I can speak to that because in my life, I went from being the most codependent person to being a really independent person, and I'm still not fulfilled though, because there's a little piece of me, a big piece of me, that still wants, needs, and craves love in my life, like a meaningful connection with another person. So this card is exactly what that is, coming together with another person to maximize your happiness. And then we also got the Strength card. So I honestly think that this person needs the strength to communicate this feeling, because you can't just be the King of Cups and sit there forever and hope everything's going to go your way unless you communicate what you want and you communicate what it is that you're needing. And the Three of Swords is like a heartbreak or a situation that really just kind of tore you up and it affected you in a significant way. So this could be another feeling that this King of Cups is feeling, that their heart is broken and that they're missing something, and they're coming across really like harsh. Like the King of Swords like just says it how it is, the truth, whatever. And maybe they're even having a hard time facing themselves and facing the reality of this situation, or maybe they're having a hard time admitting to themselves that love is a significant part of their life, and maybe this person isn't the type that wants to communicate their feelings and things like that. So it's very unnatural and it's hard for this person to have the strength to come forward and express these things. Whereas me personally, I have no problem sharing my feelings, but I understand that there are people out there who have a very difficult time with this. So now let's get some of these. These are the Sacred Geometry Oracle cards, and this was the Housewives Tarot, so I will link those down below for you guys if you would like. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Okay. So the first card that came out for this person is Empowerment. So the frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we're all connected through the same source. So I feel like this King of Cups person is having a difficult time letting others in to their lives, and it could stem from a place of not feeling 100% confident in every single aspect of their life, which it's kind of hard to do that, obviously, but to let someone else in whenever you haven't completely figured yourself out yet is also very difficult. So I think that could be the reason why this person is holding back their feelings. And then we have the Divine Feminine card, which came after that. So I feel like this message does have to do with the Divine Feminine. And it says, the frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. So I personally feel like I've been having a harder time tapping into my Divine Feminine energy because I've been too masculine. I've been too trying to control and shift and do everything to make it in my favor. But the more I do that, the less I'm actually receiving. So I need to get back into this Divine Feminine energy and start embracing and re-empowering myself so that I can connect with all of these different things I'm supposed to be connecting with. But I'm almost shutting that down by not being in my Divine Feminine power. And then here we have Cosmic Flower. The frequency of Cosmic Flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. So I think this reading screams twin flame partnership type energy to me. And I feel like it's the masculine having a difficult time admitting to himself that he needs his feminine in his life to be fully successful and fully complete. Because I've already done my healing work and I still feel incomplete without this love, because I just know I'll be even better whenever I have this love in my life. And I can give it to myself all day long, but there's always going to be this little piece that's missing. And I think to the masculine, it's the feminine, and to the feminine, it's the masculine. So if neither people are taking action towards this, then you're just kind of living in limbo land, and you're not able to come home to each other, and you're not able to be the best you can be. Because I think individually, you obviously need to do your growing and your healing, but whenever you come together after the fact, that's whenever the magic happens, and that's whenever you two can truly be a really solid support system for each other. And it's difficult because whenever you're on this type of journey, there's not many people that understand what it's like to love somebody that you're not even with. Unconditional love to the bottom of your heart, you want them to heal too. You want them to be happy too. You want them to be successful and love themselves and feel confident no matter how much they hurt you. You still want that stuff for them. And that's how you know it's a divine connection, because if it was just any other girl or any other guy, they wouldn't be around right now. You know what I'm saying? After the breakup phase is done, they're going to move on and go be with someone else. But because of this deep, unconditional cosmic love, this cosmic flower, you two are each other's home. So there's a reason why this keeps circling back around. It's like a karmic thing that the twins need to learn, essentially. So next we will do these unicorn cards. Let me just shift things around a little bit. So the first one out is compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. So one of the hardest things to do, but it's also not at the same time. I don't even know. It just depends on where you're at mentally with stuff. But having compassion for this person who you unconditionally love no matter what. You can't get angry that they're taking too long, or you can't get angry that they are not with you right now, because they have healing that they also need to do, because they need to empower themselves and they need to be strong enough and have the strength to come forward towards the divine feminine. That's why we have this strength card. And I just realized it says Scrubbo soap pads on it, and it's these really tough scrubby sponges or whatever. And it's tough. Having strength is tough to do in this scenario with this twin. For some reason, there's something about opening up that is extremely difficult, and it's like scrubbing something off of a pan caked on there. It's hard. No matter how hard you try, it still seems to be there. The problem is still there. So I think having compassion and sending love to your counterpart is very important right now, because they need it. They need all the love and compassion that they can get. And if you hold any resentment or anger towards them for whatever it is, taking too long, for hurting you, for XYZ, then that's unhealed. And if it's not healed, then you can't come together and you can't come home to each other. So The next one is flow. Find an easier path forwards, surrender the outcome, release your expectations. So I feel like this is something that I'm personally struggling with a lot right now, because I get in these modes where I just feel like I need to have it figured out and like control things and sort it out to like feel peace, but really that's not where the peace lies. The peace lies in the letting go, and it does lie in the flow. Find an easier path forwards, surrender the outcome. So the more you harp on trying to figure out how it's going to play out, because it doesn't look like it's going to play out really well right now, then you need to take your hands off it and have compassion towards the situation. Rushing things along is not compassion, and everyone heals and grows in their own time, so you can't sit there and have resentment about someone else's time frame, because everyone's timeline is different. Okay. Then we have nature. Ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, connect with the elementals. So this might be a really helpful tool for some of you out there who have a difficult time finding your grounded center place. I feel like I have a difficult time with that myself, and I don't spend enough time in nature. And one thing that is just like a little rambly side note is I feel scared and intimidated sometimes to go out in nature by myself, because I'm scared of like people coming after me or like snatching me up or whatever. So that's like my thing about being a feminine that I dislike. Like that's one of my top things I dislike about being a feminine. And that might sound crazy to you, for me to go drive somewhere and just park and sit outside, like that's scary to me. But for some reason, that's just what I'm dealing with, and I guess I need to overcome that. But maybe it's for your partner too. They may be really awesome in nature, and they might have a lot of realizations whenever they're in nature. So could go either way. And then we have expansion. Spread your wings and soar. Share your message and shine your light. Show the world what you're made of. So you need to be really true to yourself at this time, and you need to be really okay and comfortable with who you are, and you need to become comfortable with your light again, which is something that I feel like I've kind of steered away from in a sense. Like I haven't been making any YouTube videos surrounding spirituality. I haven't been doing anything to like improve my spirituality. I have watched some tarot readings and such, but it doesn't fulfill me like it used to. So it's like I'm at this like choice point where I need to expand and grow even beyond that, and know that I can handle my own stuff, and that I can find the answers within, and that I don't constantly need to rely on external to find the answers. And then lastly, let's grab a couple of these Universe Has Your Back cards to see what uplifting messages we got. Okay, so the first one is, I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again, I choose love. So I have been living in a fearful mindset recently. Fear that this beautiful connection is not going to work out for me, and that it's not going to happen. But deep in my heart, I know it's going to happen. It's just going to take time. And I was watching some reading the other day, and she was doing like rune stones, if you know what that is, and it had a letter N on it. So she translated that as no. Like, not every no is a bad no. It might just mean not right now. And that honestly did bring me a lot of peace, because something that isn't being tended to right now and you're in front of you doesn't mean it's not like actually happening behind the scenes. So like God and the universe can be handcrafting this beautiful, amazing future and connection and dreams and everything you could ever want behind the scenes, but because you're not seeing it in your 3D, it makes you fearful, and it makes you fear that things aren't progressing how they should on that timeline. So choose again, choose love, choose faith. It's easier said than done, and I'm still actively trying to work through this myself, but it's okay to not be perfect. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. So exactly what I just said. Faith is key here. It is the hardest thing to have at times, but also at the same time, it's the easiest thing to have, because if you have faith, then you don't have fear. And like, which would you rather work with, you know? So that is the reading for today. I hope this was helpful to you guys. Please like this video and subscribe if you would like to see more spirituality related content from me on this channel. I'm thinking about doing new moon readings and full moon readings. Again, I did one full moon reading, but I just kind of like stopped. So I think I need to start doing these readings again, because they really help me express myself, and they really help me get a better grasp on what's going on with the energy right now, and it almost justifies and clarifies like why I am feeling the way I am, and it's normal. Like, you don't need to worry, it's all good. So I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.
Can I give you more? Can I give you more, child? Can I give you more? I will give you everything, my child. Just waiting for the timing. Oh, now